This is our corner, the corner that history made. We start at the Nathaniel Bonnell House, the oldest building in Elizabeth and one of the oldest in New Jersey. The main house dates to 1670 and was built by Nathaniel Bonnell, a co-signer of the Elizabethtown Compact that established the city of Elizabeth. Bonnell built this simple farmhouse for his family. An addition to the house was added in 1855. The beams that support the building are original. And with the flooring on the first and second floors that are also original, were handmade along with the tools used during that period. Northwest corner, we dedicated it to Anastasia Seal Mantilla, our organization's vice president and a lifelong Elizabethan whose family lived in the Peterstown section of the city. Some of the slates that mark the sidewalk on the Catherine Street side of Bonnell House were made by her father, a contractor and stonemason. On the southwest corner, which has the Belcher-Ogden mansion, we dedicated that to Dr. Virginia Bonnell, an emigre from the Caribbean who was a long-time educator in this region and has been a long-time supporter of the Historical Society. The Belcher-Ogden mansion is a wooden brick structure that was built in stages between 1699 and 1755. It is named for two of its owners, Jonathan Belcher and Colonel Aaron Ogden, who at one time were governors of New Jersey. The kitchen area in the wooden section was the second kitchen used by the households to prepare the family meals, receive food and ice block deliveries, and to wash the family clothes. The sink had a fireplace under it to heat the water that was taken from a well that was on the property. Like the construction at Bonnell House, the floors and beams are original and of that period. The yellow room was used for entertaining, and when Belcher and Ogden were governors, used as meeting space for the legislatures of that period. The green room across the hall was used by Jonathan Belcher as his office to conduct the business of the royal government of New Jersey, since the then colony was still under British rule. The moldings surrounding the ceiling were hand-carved. People who visited the Belcher-Ogden mansion entered from East Jersey Street through a front gate to the front entrance and were received in the hallway. Good friends of the Belchers were escorted upstairs to their rooms. Mrs. Belcher's room was known as the Blue Room for the color it was painted. The room, like most of the house, has large windows with window seats to take advantage of sunlight and had a fireplace for warmth during the winter. The tiling that surrounds her fireplace are original tiles. The room also has a private bath. Private in that she was able to bathe in her small bathtub in a room with its own fireplace. The hoops and cloths seen in this room represented how women of that period dressed. First putting the hoop on, then the dress over it. Down the hall, there is a room that was used by Belcher's private secretary. It has a display case of items that were found in the house and used during that period. On the far end of the hall is the bedroom used by Belcher. In it, he would receive friends, eat his meals, and sleep. A photostatic copy of his last will and testament listed as one of his possessions a man named Mark. Mark was Belcher's personal slave, whose job was to take care of Belcher. In fact, Mark was the only person allowed in Belcher's room. Some of the dishes seen in this cabinet were used during the 1740s to 1750s, including the platters, cups, saucers, utensils, and part of a dessert set. The tiles that surround Belcher's fireplace are recreations installed after his time. In the other cabinet are a wig holder and a recreation wig that would have been worn by a man of that period. Also seen are a teapot, decanters, a block of copperware from a mine owned by Belcher, and a blocker used by women of that period that kept their wax makeup from melting if they went close to the fire in the fireplace. On both properties, the Historical Society, Elizabeth, New Jersey, created memory gardens. The gardens consist of trees, rose and butterfly bushes, hydrangeas, and other plantings purchased through private contributions and planted in honor or memory of a person named by the contributor. We conclude our tour with a video montage produced in 2010 by Saida Kali, a former summer intern at the Historical Society. This montage was dedicated in memory of Elidio Silva, our first general restoration contractor who passed away that year, and showcased our restoration past.